Welcome back to the 2025 Hamilton County Open. We're here in Noblesville, Indiana at Dr. James A. Dillon Park, commonly known as Dillon Park. I'm on the mic. My name's Frank Smith. Here with me, I have Sam Smigiel. Sam, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great, Frank, and we have a pretty good battle here. Second round at Dillon Park. We are tight up at the top. You, myself, Nick Robertson, all tied going into this round, tied going into the back 10. Elijah fell off a little bit, really looking to get a lot of birdies here to get himself back in contention. And we got a chase card, still anybody's game. So heading in here to hole 10, 275 foot, should be another one of those gotta get it birdies. There is some OB in the parking lot, both right and behind it. There is a road probably 40 feet left, so there's a little danger, a little bit of wind, so I don't think too much where it's you can excuse missing this one. You still got to get it.
Right. With this subtle, like 5 to 10 mile per hour headwind, you're going to see a lot of these guys opting to throw a faster putter. And Nick's actually going to, it looks like it hopped out over the road there, out of bounds. But for most of us, we have the distance to get a straight putter there. So we could throw our 2-speed, your 3-speed, your Luna, your PA3, and get it to the basket. But by throwing something with a little more speed.
Look at the little slow-mo here. You get to see that nice slow controlled form.
Yeah, not complaining about this. But by throwing these faster speeds, you're breaking through the wind and leaving less room for error and for something to flip over in the wind. So throw something a little more stable, pushing it out a little right. And, looks like 3 of us are going to be within 5 feet of the basket. And Nick's going to have a tricky putt. Not to lose 2 strokes to the card here.
Yeah, would really like to see this one drop. Bit of a death putt, too. You missed that one, and you got a good chance that you're going OB and taking a 5.
Yeah. Great 3 save, though, from him. I mean, doesn't feel good to lose a stroke, but it feels real good to knock down a big putt like that and not even have to, drop 2 back. So.
And we're seeing a little bit of wind pickup today, too. Hole 11, 446-foot par 3. And one thing to note that all of the long grass, or at least 95% of the long grass, is going to be hazard. So we're flying over hazard right now. The road behind it, obviously, OB. But this back 10, the hazard comes into play on, I think, every hole. So, there's chances for 2-stroke swings for the rest of the tournament.
One really interesting thing about this hole is this averaged exactly par.
Really?
Exactly par.
It looks like you are flipping that up maybe just a little bit more than you would like. And does it?
Nope.
It does not.
Nope. That tree stopped all momentum and, was not the shot of choice.
And we had a little bit of a left to right headwind, and that's exactly how you want to throw it.
Yep, golf line, 446. Nick finally not throwing a mid-range here.
Yeah, looking to take the same line Elijah does. Lucky to miss that first tree and the second tree and get himself inside the circle.
Yep.
Not the line I think he was looking for, but good result nonetheless.
Definitely. Sam, walk me through your mentality here. You choose the layup, knowing that you're letting yourself lose a stroke potentially if anyone was to birdie. Why play that here?
I think there's not going to be a lot of birdies on this hole, and with the wind pushing the disc towards that last tree on the right, the likelihood of going into that hazard I thought was a little higher than I wanted.
Yeah.
And so for me, erring on the side of, okay, I can hyzer out to 50 feet and play that,
Yep.
which is fine, or I can play a super easy layup play and try to throw it in, which it's not a high percentage,
Right,
but I
right.
know I'm always going to 3 it. Hole 12, a really tough hole here. Hazard all the way up into about 10 feet from the basket,
Yep.
maybe 15 at most. And then you've got the OB creek on the left, so a lot of players going to be trying to play towards maybe 30 feet, kind of long right of the basket. Elijah taking this one pretty wide. Does it have enough to swing back? I mean, that's going to be
40-footer.
Yeah, looks like a 40-footer. So, yeah, got to knock that one down to keep that pace, keep pushing up towards the lead.
For sure. Nick throwing, I think this is a destroyer. I think he's finally going up to a 12 speed. I mean, this is as good as it's going to get.
That is perfect.
What you might not be able to see is this river running down the whole left side actually has painted OB on top of the ridge. So even if you get caught by the bushes and you do go down there, it's still OB. So it's not just the water, it's the actual line.
It was in. No, it's not. So
you
close.
can't see the line, but that disc is within 4 inches of being safe.
So close. But it's parked for par.
Yep. And that's the nice part about getting the distance right here. That is not getting the distance right. Or the line right.
Yeah, what happened there? Just a bad timing, early release, or what?
I was walking up to that hole after just grip locking the hole before into the tree and was telling myself, just don't grip lock it. And it slipped out of my hand just a little bit. And yeah, it was an uncommitted shot. And I was so done with that disc, I just left it down there. So if someone found a Paul Macbeth Force down at the bottom of that creek that was mine, you can have it.
Yeah. Adios to the Force, and good birdie there from Nick, and that is going to put him in the solo lead.
Yeah. I lost 4 strokes to Nick in 2 holes, and you just can't do that if you want to have a chance at winning. And I lost 2 to you, 3 to Bickel. And now, I mean, Nick and you have kind of separated yourselves at this point. There is a big, I think the word is conglomeration is the word I'm looking for. There's a big jumble of people tied with me currently, 2 strokes back of Nick, 1 back of Sam. And so it's anyone's game. But Nick looks pretty tough right now. I mean, he hasn't missed a putt. He's throwing the disc great.
Yeah, I'd say this is going to be one of the safer holes here on the back 10, and Nick making about the only mistake that you can't make and throwing it too far right into that tree, and there's not going to be a putt from in there.
No.
Elijah throwing it perfect. Hyzering in front of the tree, checking up nice.
9 speed.
Really tough. Yep. Really tough to do and not get that really far left skip that you see a lot of players get.
This one comes out a little left. Nice little check up
and
skip.
That skip that just kind of pushes it maybe an extra 20.
Yep. The nice thing about that, though, and I mean, you see Nick's shot. Nick's was close to good, but it's not. I'm playing the same shot as you. I got the little backboard off the tree. But my thought is if it hits there and slides over to 30 feet, I'm wide open and I'm putting.
Oh. Yeah, and really compromised swing, and going to have to get himself together and make a putt.
Just a little low. Any nerves there, or was it just a little bit of an unforced error?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little headwind, so probably thinking about the putt a little bit. And, I mean, I know it's close. Obviously, Nick's playing really well. You were playing well and then had a couple bogeys. But I know that their chase card could very well be shooting well.
Right, Nick Gill.
Well, so.
Right on her tail. So, hole 14, par 3, 364 feet. Really a change in pace from what we've seen so far. A lot of these holes have the backhand option. This is a lot trickier. of a shot. Very, very tight. This tall grass to the right of the basket is not hazard. It is not hazard. But the line on the left over the water is still there, extending from hole 11 or 12, excuse me. So a lot of these guys are going to be taking either a turnover backhand or a big forehand. The scary thing with the backhand is that stables out. It could skip straight into the water.
Yeah, but you've got the speed control that Elijah does.
My goodness.
Really well done.
Going wide here with forehand. I had thrown it long OB first round, and then I left it short OB.
Just a bit of an overcorrection.
Yep.
And I mean, so far he's still got some work to do, but Elijah now going to be 4 through the last 5.
Yep.
And that's better than anyone else on our lead card here.
Yeah, and
Nick
this,
is,
very well done.
Really good shot. He's going to be inside the circle.
Going back to that Apollo.
I'm electing to go to the forehand, keep it high enough to try and prevent going long. And I'll have about a circle's edge, maybe 40-foot putt.
Yep. And, I mean, ultimately, I kind of got to make this to stay in it, so I gave a little run, and that probably going to take me out of it with both of you guys putting for birdie here.
Yeah, and that can be really tough. And the second missed putt low, so really a few missed opportunities there for myself, and one for Nick as well.
Yeah.
So we're seeing some nerves. We're seeing some misses here.
There's some bleeding going on at the top.
And with Elijah picking up another stroke,
right?
Now all of a sudden,
everyone's in it.
He's in it, and
And I wouldn't say I'm out of it, but the momentum is not in my favor with 3 bogeys in 4 holes. So, moving on to hole 15, one of the easier holes on the course. You got a double Mando, or I think it's actually a single Mando.
No, it's double Mando.
Is it double? Okay, so got to go through both of them. Lot of tall grass. This is what you want to avoid. There's tall grass within 10 feet of the basket on the right of it. There's tall grass short left. And so pushing something through the gap but landing flat is essential.
Yeah, a lot of hazard coming into play on this one. So best play is to err a little bit left. Elijah really challenging that hazard again. Same thing we saw from him first round, and just incredibly well trusted over that hazard, and he's parked. This has to get through the tree and get safe.
And
barely.
Just slid through that tall grass. He'll be putting for birdie. Going back to your cash. When you pulled that out, I was like, I bet it's 10 feet at most. And sure enough.
Yep, happy to get this one. I would say there's a little bit of nerves on this. I mean, not so much hitting the gap, but to get it close enough to not really have to putt.
Yeah.
You've got to challenge that hazard.
Definitely. I got some more metal. Man, if we were playing an ace race, I'd be feeling pretty good about myself. But we're not, so.
Yeah, well, still able to, imagine you're going to knock that one in for birdie.
Yeah.
And we'll see Nick here, death putt. If this doesn't go in, wow.
He half a centimeter higher, and that's OB. So he's pretty appreciative of the grab by the top of the basket there. That does not count. If any of you were wondering, the top of the basket does not count.
How often have you seen that? How many times? The first time I've seen that in a couple years.
Yeah, I want to say I've seen it twice this year. I saw it recently. Outside of that, I don't think I've ever seen it before. So
there it is. You got it.
Hole 16, par 3, 330 feet. OB or hazard short. There's also hazard within 15, 20 feet of the basket behind it. There's also OB back there. So if you cross the road, that's OB. The tall grass is hazard. So really wanting to hyzer something in here. There's a headwind at this point. We're looking into probably a 10 mile an hour, 15 mile an hour headwind. And so most of us would be throwing, our stable putters, maybe stable mid-range here. But with that wind, it makes you kind of question whether or not you want to disc up.
Mm-hmm.
What are you throwing here?
This is a Karma.
Okay,
So,
back to the mid.
Yeah, went with the mid-range. And, yeah, just turned it over really a lot more than I would like. That headwind, pulled it over. So I'm going to be sitting at 50 feet.
Yep.
A lot more than I would like, being tied for the lead. And
Definitely.
On a pretty easy hole.
Yeah. And I went underneath that tree, 45 feet, 40 uphill.
Nick with the chance to put some pressure on here.
Definitely.
Electing to go pretty high.
I think this is a fairway.
And, yeah, really good shot.
Yeah, excellently done. I think it's a Firebird is what he just threw. You got about a 60-footer here, maybe 55. Sure.
When I was walking up to that putt, I turned to Donut, the cameraman, and I said, "This is going to make a really good highlight."
That's awesome.
Yeah, really glad I made that.
Yeah, very much so. Good catch by the basket there. Elijah's in, and we got ourselves another star frame.
Yeah, not expected to see a star frame after those really mediocre drives. But, it's still pretty tight here.
Definitely.
Going into hole 17, got a few options. All the hazard here is if you hit any of those trees on the right, it really comes into play. You'll see some players go straight up the middle with kind of stable mid or putter. Big hyzers around the right side. If you got a good forehand over the trees on the left also plays. Elijah electing to go with that mid-range up the middle. That Karma he's been throwing really all weekend and pulls it just a little bit, and fortunate to get himself back in bounds.
Yeah, the middle gap, I would say, is the park it line. Like, I think this hyzer is good, but typically it leaves you kind of...
Hit that tree and couldn't tell from the tee pad if that was in or out.
Yeah, but I do think going up the middle, for me, is safer than going that wide route. Just throw a hyzer and kind of leave myself a long putt. I think you and I are both putting from about 30, 35 feet. And Nick's going big here. Going high with Firebird. I think he knows. He knows where he is in score right now. And we saw this.
A little bit long.
We saw this from the tee, and I told him, I was like, no, dude, that's not out of bounds. Not out of bounds. Definitely not. What we didn't realize is the hazard right there is still in play. There's probably 3 feet of tall grass hazard, and Nick is actually in the middle of it. Dude.
Yeah.
Calm down.
And, really happy to get that putt, especially with Nick in the position that he's at. Really good putt there to save his par. And you've got to make this.
Yep.
And you do.
Yep.
Nice putt.
Yeah, those bogeys were a little bit painful, but I was able to get a turkey with both Bickel and you coming out of those bad holes, and am kind of putting myself in it. Hole 18, 301 feet, lot of hazard here. There's hazard short, there's hazard long, there's hazard left, and might as well add it on the right side as well. So you really have to stick this island, and having a short putt is very, very desired. A lot of people are going to swing a high hyzer. Some people might go down the middle here. I think the high hyzer is the play. It gives you kind of a dig in the ground. It's a little inside.
It's a very tough green to stick here.
And
it stays in.
safe.
It did not go into the hazard,
It's
but
safe.
that's a longer putt than I would like.
And
You're trying to keep yours a little bit wider.
Yep.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, this out of my hand, this was exactly what I wanted. And then something happened. I don't know if it was the wind. I don't know what happened, but that went from parked and I just kept watching it go down, and it wasn't going down. So left myself a 40-footer. Bickel.
Elijah is
putting it close.
It's just, one stroke at a time, looking at another birdie.
And to clarify, you have the solo lead at this point.
Yes.
Because of Nick's par on the last hole in the hazard stroke. You have the solo lead.
Nick Gill, I believe he is one back of the lead.
That's
tied
correct.
With Nick Robertson at this point.
Yep.
Yep, big hyzer.
Missed that tree. Oh, no.
And
almost no look for birdie from there.
Yeah. It's a tough spot to be.
So this is kind of needs to go in. I mean, Nick's got a putt, so you're really trying to make this.
Yep. And just tickle that branch. I thought it was a pretty good putt, but hyzer's just in front of it.
And this is Nick for his birdie. Kind of looked like he didn't want anything to do with it.
With the hazard straight behind it was not a easy putt to run.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Yeah.
And that was it. Thanks for the zoom in on the camera there. I appreciated it. No, oh man.
And that is not what you can do.
No.
On the second to last hole.
So kind of, I had to make that to have any chance. You taking a bogey really brings Nick back into play. And Bickel now too, and Sam.
Yeah,
excuse me, not Sam. Nick Gill. Nick Gill.
Yeah, so if Nick Gill birdies, then he would have the solo lead on this. Yep. Myself and Nick Robertson, actually all three of us are tied on this hole.
Yep.
So yeah, it's still very tight here. A lot can happen. Hole 19, all of this long grass is not hazard. So really just anywhere in the middle. But all of this long grass is hazard, so very tough green, up on a mound, and we definitely have some wind getting close to 15 miles an hour. So drive, not so tough, but the upshot is very, very tricky.
What blows my mind about this hole is that this hole played under par.
That's surprising.
Shocking. Only .07 under par, but still was under par.
It's not a long hole, but with all the hazard around the basket, you would think that there'd be some bigger scores.
Yep. So as of right now, Nick Gill has not tapped out yet. We don't know what he got. And the wind has really kind of picked up here too. I know you can't see it, but when you're throwing high, there's a crosswind pulling on the disc that is not a friendly wind. All of me wanted to go for this, and yet with how much money on the line, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So playing for the birdie, just seeing if some chaos can happen.
Yeah, and at 648, it's just now tough to do. And now from here, I know Nick Robertson is in a great position. I'm out of position, but I'm expecting him get up and down. So I try to give it a chance. Unfortunately, leak that one into the hazard. So at this point, Nick Gill took a bogey, so he's at 21. Nick Robertson, if he gets this one up and down for birdie, this one's his. Really important shot here.
Sit. Very good dig there. He's going to have a 20-footer for the win.
And Elijah with a chance to get up and down here for a really incredible back 10.
Unbelievable back 10.
He's got himself just inside 20 feet.
And
sit down.
Yep. This has got to go in for you to have any chance. There's hazard right behind too, so you're thinking money. Great putt from you. Yeah, for the people, it was $4,000 for first place. It was $2,000 for second, and so the money drop off is huge. And so essentially, this is Nick's putt for $4,000. Yeah.
Take your time with this one.
Yeah, you want this to be underneath the basket.
Yes, Nick. Yes. Come on.
Yeah, great job, Nick. Really, really incredible tournament. A lot of tough players here, and kept it tight the whole way. So, yeah, incredible tournament for him. He'll tap in your par. Excuse me. Oh yeah, take a load off. Elijah gonna be tying myself there for 22 under, 1 stroke back.
Winner of the 13th annual Hamilton County Open, presented by Jack's Roofing, Nick. Thank you. Yeah, Nick. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks everybody for coming. We appreciate all the support. We'll see you next year, bigger and better.
What an awesome event. Like, I just want to shout out everyone who made this event possible. What a really, really cool opportunity. 15,000 added, same time as USDGC. So all the good, incredible Pro Tour players are off doing their thing. And all the local guys get the chance to, play for the big money. So shout out to everyone who made this possible.
Yeah. That leaderboard, as you can see, stayed pretty tight. A lot of players in it, but Nick Robertson coming out on top and a $4,000 payday. It's got to feel good.
Got to feel great. Thanks to everyone who's here supporting us. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time.